Behind the tranquil facade of London's Hatton Garden, an extraordinary crime unfolded, orchestrated by an unlikely group of elderly men. As the city slept, they executed a meticulously planned heist that would leave the world in disbelief. With nerves of steel and calculated precision, they made off with a staggering £14 million and a stunning display of audacity and cunning. So, prepare to be captivated by the astounding story of the man who stole £14 million in the Garden Heist. A tale that will leave you breathless with suspense. Let's begin then. The Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary in April 2015 sent shockwaves through the city of London and captured the attention of the world. This audacious heist, which took place in the heart of the capital's famous jewelry district, involved a group of elderly men with a wealth of criminal experience. Over the course of a 4-day weekend, they meticulously planned and executed a daring robbery, making off with an estimated £14 million in valuables. The heist not only exposed the vulnerabilities of a supposedly impenetrable safe deposit facility, but also highlighted the audacity and ingenuity of the criminals involved. So, when did this happen? The incident occurred over the 4-day Easter bank holiday weekend when numerous businesses in the area, including those associated with Hatton Garden's jewelry trade, were closed. The perpetrators meticulously planned and executed their heist, leaving no visible signs of forced entry to the premises. It was later revealed that they gained access by navigating through a lift shaft. Once inside, they employed a heady DD350 industrial power drill to penetrate the remarkably thick 50cm walls of the vault. The police initially announced the burglary on April 7th, but evidence from CCTV footage, which had been released by the Daily Mirror before the official statement, indicated that the attack on the facility began on Thursday, April 2nd. The newspaper referred to the individuals involved in the crime as Mr. Ginger, Mr. Strong, Mr. Montana, the Gent, the Tall Man, and the Old Man. On April 22nd, the police published images revealing the interior of the vault and the extent of the damage caused by the burglary. The pictures depicted the holes drilled through the vault's walls, which the thieves ingeniously used to circumvent the main vault door. Given the significant nature of the theft, the investigation was assigned to the Flying Squad, a specialized division within London's Metropolitan Police Service responsible for handling organized and economic crimes. Speculation arose on April 8th, suggesting a connection between the Hatton Garden burglary and a massive underground fire that had occurred in nearby Kingsway. It was theorized that the fire might have been intentionally started as a diversionary tactic. However, the London Fire Brigade later confirmed that the fire resulted from an electrical fault and ruled out any evidence of arson. Let's discuss the timeline. On April 1st, 2015, a fire broke out in the underground electrical cables beneath the pavement in Kingsway, causing significant disruptions in central London. The fire persisted for the following 2 days, with flames erupting from a burst gas main through a manhole cover before eventually being extinguished. As a result, numerous office buildings were evacuated, leaving local residents without essential services such as food and electricity. Additionally, several theaters in the West End had to cancel performances, and there was notable damage to the telecoms infrastructure. On April 2nd at 9:19 p.m., the staff of the Hatton Garden Depository locked the doors in preparation for the upcoming Easter weekend. Shortly thereafter, at 9:23, an individual referred to as Mr. Ginger descended into the vault accompanied by 3 men who were pulling wheelie bins. In the early hours of April 3rd at 12:21, the Metropolitan Police received a notification that the burglar alarm at the depository had been triggered. Later that morning, at 8:05, members of the gang involved in the burglary were observed conversing before leaving in their van. On April 4th at 9:17, Mr. Ginger returned to the vault and was subsequently joined by 2 other men. The following day, April 5th at 6:10, the gang members departed from the vicinity of the bank. It was not until April 7th that Scotland Yard officially acknowledged the occurrence of a burglary at the depository. However, prior to this announcement, on April 10th, the Daily Mirror newspaper released CCTV footage related to the incident, providing glimpses of the individuals involved. On May 19th, the Metropolitan Police disclosed that they had apprehended 9 suspects in connection with the Hatton Garden burglary. The investigation continued, and on September 1st, the Hatton Garden Safe Deposit Company was forced to declare bankruptcy and go into liquidation. Subsequently, on March 28, 2018, another individual was arrested in relation to the case, as the authorities persisted in their efforts to bring all those involved to justice. Following the Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary, significant progress was made in apprehending the individuals responsible for the crime. On May 19, 2015, Brian Rader, a 76-year-old who had previously been involved in laundering the proceeds of the notorious Bronx robbery, was arrested by the flying squad officers in connection with the Hatton Garden burglary. In November 2015, 4 individuals named Carl Wood, William Lincoln, John Harbinson, and Hugh Doyle were charged with conspiracy to commit burglary as well as conspiracy to conceal, convert, or transfer criminal property. The scale of the theft led it to be labeled as the largest burglary in English legal history. Fast forward 3 years to March 28, 2018, when Michael Seed, aged 57, was arrested after a search of his residence in Islington, London. The Seed was subsequently charged with conspiracy to burgle and conspiracy to conceal or disguise criminal property. Legal proceedings continued, and on March 9, 2016, at Woolwich Crown Court, 3 members of the gang, John Kenny Collins, Daniel Jones, and Terry Perkins, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit burglary and were each sentenced to 7 years in prison. Carl Wood and William Lincoln, after standing trial, were found guilty of the same offenses, along with the 1 count of conspiracy to conceal, convert, or transfer criminal property. Lincoln received a 7-year sentence, while Wood was sentenced to 6 years. Hugh Doyle, on the other hand, was found guilty of concealing, converting, or transferring criminal property, but was given a 21-month suspended sentence for 2 years. In January 2018, Doyle also faced a fine of £367.5 for his general criminal conduct. The alleged mastermind behind the operation, Brian Rader, was sentenced to 6 years and 3 months in prison on March 21, 2016. One of the defendants, John Harbinson, was found not guilty and subsequently discharged from the case. In January 2018, a confiscation ruling took place at Woolwich Crown Court, mandating that John Kenny Collins, Daniel Jones, Terry Perkins, and Brian Rader collectively pay $27.5 million or else face an additional 7 years in prison. Tragically, Perkins passed away in prison just a week after the ruling, in February 2018. Subsequently, on August 14, 2018, Daniel Jones had his sentence extended by 6 years and 287 days for failing to return £6,599,021. This extension was imposed as a consequence of his non-compliance with the confiscation order. On August 1, 2019, Collins was sentenced to an additional 2309 days for his failure to comply with the confiscation order. It was revealed during the hearing that Collins had repaid £732,000 of the £7.6 million ordered. The Crown Prosecution Service confirmed that enforcement actions were underway to seize Collins' remaining assets. Moving forward, on March 15, 2019, Michael Seed was found guilty of burglary and conspiracy to burgle. He was subsequently sentenced to 10 years in prison for the burglary charge and 8 years for the conspiracy charge, with these sentences running concurrently. Then on October 1, 2020, Michael Seed was ordered to repay £6 million in damages or face an additional 7 years of imprisonment. The court emphasized the need for restitution, and failure to comply would result in an extended term of imprisonment for Seed. The Hatton Garden safe deposit burglary remains an extraordinary and infamous event in English criminal history. From the meticulously planned heist to the subsequent arrest and prosecution of the individuals involved, the case captivated the public's attention. The legal proceedings, confiscation rulings, and extensions of sentences showcase the determination to hold the perpetrators accountable and recover the stolen wealth. With the passage of time, the Hatton Garden burglary stands as a reminder of the audacity and consequences of such criminal acts, leaving a lasting legacy of a meticulously orchestrated crime and the pursuit of justice. Thanks for watching. If you want more exciting stories about daring crimes and intriguing secrets, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you never miss an update.